Hey everybody, David Lemon here. Welcome to today's Q&A. I hope you're as excited as I am. We have a lot of things to cover. We will be talking a little bit about AI news. We're going to be talking about what this app development and this AI tool building means. We are going to be talking about and also actually answering some of your questions. We're talking about your ideas, and also we're going to be actually building out something together. So I hope you're excited as I am, because we are doing some interesting stuff today. I have here Omar Power Moves is with us. What's up, David? Thanks, Omar. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, also. And I hope you brought some ideas, because I might be able to take some of your ideas, guys, today, and then actually create it or just start it up or show it to you how I would start it with some of these AI tools. There's many of them. There's many pros and cons to them, and I would just like to kind of get on a chat with you and just try to help you actually achieve your goals and what you are trying to create. So that's the goal for today. I hope you're excited, and we're going to start soon. Let me see here. So yeah, we should be live. There will be a replay, so in case anybody asks, there is going to be a recording. I can see people are still joining in, so make sure you jump into the comments if you haven't yet, and type in your name and where you're coming from, so that I can greet you nicely. But let me just show you very quickly the topic for today. I'm just going to move some things around here so we can focus on the topic. I'm going to be keeping it simple today. What I want to do is just talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff that is happening right now in the world. Let's see, Omar has a question. I have some ideas about building niche apps for industry-specific sites. All right, that's cool. Very cool. Maybe you can tell me more about it in a moment, and then I might be able to kind of show to you how I would start, or how I would actually create it. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and then we can get into it. So this is the plan for today. Hopefully you can see my screen now. And I wanted to just very quickly talk a little bit about some of the things happening right now with AI. We have gotten a couple of new large language models in the last live that I did this week. I talked about DeepSeek. Since then, DeepSeek came out with a new model which is called R1. So they had this DeepSeek V3, which is already good, but they came up with the R1 model, which I don't know if they put a page for it, but if we type in DeepSeek R1, it's pretty much comparable to OpenAI O1. Yeah, it's saying here. So it is the thinking model from DeepSeek, which is actually doing the thinking first before replying. And it is fully open source, which is great, because they actually allow people to use it for free if they host it on their own on servers or on their computers. A lot of computers like mine, and most probably a lot of laptops, will not be able to run it because it requires a lot of processing power. Most probably we are not, or I am not equipped with the graphics card that it needs to run, but it is a very powerful model, and it is now taking over YouTube and X and Facebook, because everybody's talking about it now, because it's just much less in pricing than O1. So you can have a look here, input output pricing for O1, and you can see that this is O1, and sorry, this is the R1 over here. The dark blue, let me just zoom in a bit. The dark blue is R1, and the light blue and the blue is O1, which is like crazy. It is on par with these models, but it costs this much. So it's just like, wow. So yeah, this is one of the news that has happened since I was live. Then OpenAI came up with their operator system. The operator system is going to allow a lot of people to to automate some of the tasks. I can see some other people joined in. So hey Nancy, from Montreal, it's good to have you on here. I can see some other people are joining in as well. Let me just very quickly greet you here. Everything is moving so fast. That's definitely correct. Open source is going crazy. Yeah, that's much cheaper. So R1 at this moment is the most powerful, cheapest model that exists in the world, and people are like loving it. Um, so yeah, now OpenAI has raised the bar again because they came up with their operator, which means that same as with ChatGPT, you go in and you talk to it, but now it can actually do some tasks for you. It can open up a virtual browser and it can look up travel. Like for example, here in this image, find and book me the highest rated 1 day tour of Rome on TripAdvisor. So it is now equipped with the information and the tools so that it could actually go out, browse TripAdvisor. It knows where you are and it pretty much looks at the option and gives you a summary of what it did. So it navigated the TripAdvisor, it selected the things to do and opened up, and it saw some explore historic Rome and things like that. So there's a lot of different things that it can do. This is not new because we already have Skyvern, for example. If you haven't heard about Skyvern, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just a little bit more advanced tool at this moment. It is out for a long time and it is open source, so everybody could download it for free. You hook up your own API key, maybe now this DeepSeek R1, and it can actually do the same things as OpenAI operator did. Now, OpenAI did it a little bit different, that they actually integrated tools into it. So TripAdvisor is considered as an app, and OpenTable, Booking.com, and things like these are as apps in this OpenAI. Like you can see here, they have DoorDash, Etsy, Instacart, Uber, eBay, the Quilt, Reuters. I don't even know all of these, but you pretty much can say, hey, go on to Instacart or eBay and buy me something that I want, that I usually buy, and remind me next time when I need to buy it as well, things like that. So we're going into this agentic future, which is crazy and which is very exciting. So let's see. Okay, we got a couple more people on. So hey guys, this is the topic for today, and I'm going to be asking you a couple of different things in a moment. I just wanted to kind of do a quick intro where I show you what is happening in this AI app building world. Now, I mentioned operators, and this first thing because it is very useful for us while building apps. We don't know what we don't know, right? But if we take one of these operators that actually controls a browser, we can tell it to build an app and control the app flow and test it out so everything works well, which is bonkers. If you ask me, like, you not only AI can build out your apps, but you can instruct AI to build the app, improve the app, add on features, control it, test it, tweak it, launch it, make decisions that you don't even know that you need to make. So this is why I'm super excited about this. Not only we can build in this functionality so that you can create maybe a CRM that is going out online and taking the newest information from the websites or news sites or whatever, and then uses that information in your app. But we can also use this to actually create apps. Like imagine you open up 4 or 5 different browsers and then instruct this one to work on your CRM, another one on the Chrome extension, another one on the website, another one on the, I don't even know what, writing out an email sequence for something. So it can actually do a lot of things while you're sitting here and controlling these workers. So it's just bonkers what is possible. So what do you guys think about about this? Tyler says that sounds amazing. I agree with you. It is available already up to a certain standard, but it's not there yet. Like I mentioned Skyvern, there's also Claude Computer Use. They didn't do a very good job with this one. I mean, it's okay. They introduced it in October last year. So Claude had already this computer use, but it doesn't work immediately with Claude itself. You need to kind of activate it separately. They do have an API that means that you can connect it with your app, like your CRM would be able to go out and things like that. But it's not as what OpenAI did. And if you are actually visiting us from the United States and you are on the paid plan, you could already have access to this OpenAI operator. So make sure you check. I have been using this on Chat LLM, and I will actually show it to you right now. Chat LLM is also called Abacus AI. I don't know why they call it Chat LLM, but it's Abacus AI. And they recently added in the feature of a computer agent, which is pretty much doing the same thing. It loads up a full-on computer, and then it has access to a browser. It has access to all sorts of different things, and it can do things like schedule a Zoom meeting for Wednesday, open Gmail, open the most recent email, find and download image of Machu Picchu, and things like that. Now it opens up a virtual environment, like a virtual computer, so it doesn't tangle or doesn't modify or change your data in any way. It doesn't have access to your data. And this is pretty much what OpenAI did as well. And I'm very, very excited because this Chat LLM computer agent doesn't work very well. It often goes in circles and it doesn't open the right apps. But OpenAI built in the apps that it can use, and it's a great thing to use. All right, moving on. I found a new AI tool that I have heard about before, but I haven't used it before. So I found it and signed up for it, and I'm going to be reviewing it. It's called Get Lazy or lazy.ai, and it's very similar to what we know with Bolt and Lovable and what I talked about in the workshop and also in the previous live stream. So I will be reviewing that one. If you want, you can go in. It has, at this moment, I don't even know if they're enforcing their pricing because I don't know their daily limits. They don't have any daily limits. I played with it a little bit, but there is no mention of daily limits. It just says prompting with daily limits, but it doesn't mention what those are or how it works. I was doing a couple of different changes and it worked great, but never showed me any limits. So it might be actually free. All right, cool. So I wanted to talk to you about this one. It's called Tray. Tray is now a very interesting thing because it is developed by ByteDance. If you don't know who ByteDance are, they are the creators of TikTok and Lemonade, and those like it's a big company behind it. Think of it like Facebook developing an AI coding tool, and at this moment it is free. There is a caveat though. When you go to download, you can only download it on Mac at this moment. For Windows, it's not there yet. I signed up on the waitlist. As soon as it is out, I'm going to review it. But I can show you what it does. It actually is an IDE tool. You very similarly to Bolt, you go in, tell it what you want, like create a Tower of Hanoi game. It creates the files. It's a local app, and you click preview and it shows you the preview. So it creates the files directly on your computer, which is a little bit faster. It gives you a preview right within the app and things like that. So it's very similar to something that I use personally, Windsurf and things like that. But Windsurf, Cursor, and the other ones don't give you a preview within the app. They redirect you over to your own browser. So this one seems very good, very cool. You can do all sorts of stuff, upload images, link files, and things like that. But I'm going to do a demo of this and show you how to work with it. Now, I would like to ask you a question, and I'm going to comment and refer to this one. If you can open up digitalengage.com and go onto this website. Let me just copy this over and type in the actual number. I want you to type in what your idea is. What would you like to see? What would you like to create with some of these tools? Like maybe you're thinking to create a CRM. Maybe you want to do a Chrome extension for something. Maybe you have like ideas about AI generators or something like that. If you've been on my workshop, we went through a bunch of different ideas. So I'm just interested in what might be your idea. And as you guys fill this up, it's going to show up for me, and I will be taking one of these and maybe even creating it real time. We can discuss all of your ideas on how I would start it. Maybe I can even show you how to start it and things like that. So I just want it to be a little bit more interactive experience than what we did before. Yeah, so I shared the actual link over here on where to go. You can also scan the QR code that is on the screen and then pretty much fill it with your app. But what you guys are going to see is this. Oops. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to delete it. And if you type in here 19844, it's going to just show you the actual poll where you fill up this one question. There's one question, nothing else, and it will show up here for me, and then we can actually brainstorm it a little bit. So if your idea is to do a mobile app for single moms for this and this, then write it out, and then I can see it, and then we'll kind of brainstorm it live here for you. I actually talked with a couple of members from our group, and some of them mentioned that they want to do an app that is more like a dashboard for tracking their trades. So certain trading platforms allow you to download your trades, and pretty much you have a CSV file. He wanted to create a dashboard where he can upload a CSV file of his trades and see a history and pretty much what was done, which is a very good idea. And there we go, a brand identity, brand guideline app to help build brand foundations. That's very good. Brand identity, brand guideline app. So this might be something like a generator, so that you actually create your brand identity and select the colors and things like that. Maybe like a generator. It would also be useful maybe to come up with the voice, the brand voice and things like that. But this is a very good app. It's visual. It's a lot of visuals, so a lot of colors, a lot of images need to go into it, which is great. It would need to be more automated than something like Canva, in my opinion, because everybody is familiar with these tools like Photoshop and Canva. Maybe something to do like you just answer a couple questions, like there is these brand, what they called branding app was one of these things. It was developed by a friend of mine, but it's not working anymore. This is what it was, branding.app, and it was free. I don't know if they develop it anymore, but they did that. Brand Leo or something like that. There's many of these logo builders that are doing now full-on branding and brand guideline systems. Also, I actually created a full-on brand guideline already with what's it called, brand TT creator. There was this and there was uBrand. So I used uBrand, and I found a client that needed a logo with a brand identity that was a European Union project or something like that. And you upload your logo here, and it creates the different versions of it. It creates a symbol, it creates the square logos, and it also gives you the actual full brand identity. So it also gives you this on free plan, but you can also use that on a paid plan with more details and things like that. So this is a very good thing. It's not even hard to do, but I cannot show you that because I don't know how to manipulate images within the apps at this moment. So it would need to have image manipulation options like these, and I don't know what packages to use for this one. But this is a great thing to discover. All right, let's see. I'm sad about branding app, bro. I invested in the lifetime for that. Oh yeah, well, I'm sorry for that, but it was a good app. It was a good app when it was up and running. All right. I can see there is a couple people in here. If you prefer to participate in this and you would like me to help you kind of plan or ideate your app, you can go over here and then pretty much share with everybody what your idea is. You can also go to this link I shared in the comments and then type in this number. Any other apps that you can think of or anything that you would create? Otherwise, we are going to be building out something by ourselves. At this moment, I cannot tackle this app because I don't have enough knowledge about image manipulations, but we can think of a different app to do live so that you can actually see how it works. Um, for uh, for the demo, I wanted to show you what I created just as one of the first tests I did with Trickle. So I'm sure that you are familiar with apps like Spend, Elon Musk's money. There are these games where you kind of have Elon Musk's wallet or a net worth or how they call it, and then you can add in multiple different things into the wallet over here, or pretty much in the shopping cart. So you can buy like 1,000 motorcycles, or you want to buy I don't know how many Ferraris, and you can actually see how much money you have left from spending Elon's money. So I did a similar thing with Trickle. It is not as visually appealing. It is a full-on website, but I did a couple of different advanced features as well. Like for example, you want to buy a 5-star hotel, you can add it to cart. You can buy many of these, and it still shows you what's the available balance, how much you spent, and what's the percentage that you spend. So this is something that is very interesting. I built it with a couple prompts. I think around 10 different prompts. But Trickle is so good because it actually can create a full-on logic, and it comes out with a full plan, and it creates multiple different files and things like that. So this is just one of these things. What I said, that I want to create a game that is an app that takes in Elon Musk's money, and then it has some marketplace items that you can put into your cart, which will then be counted towards Elon Musk money. And I explained pretty much the app, and then I added in multiple different categories, like a search and categories and sorting functionality and clearing all filters, collapsible search and filtering. Not only Elon Musk, but I also added in multiple different billionaires over here. I also added a custom amount. So if you want to type in, I don't know, I don't even know what number this is, but it will show it to us. So 100 trillion. And then you can actually buy luxury yachts. You can buy luxury resorts, and then you get a full-on list of things that you have added in here. So this is just a cool little thing that I built. I'm loading images from a free open source image libraries like Unsplash, and it's just a cool little project I did. But what would you like to build? This is something that I want to know here. At this moment, I received only one of these comments. I didn't see my name on that list. Yeah, there's something we need to work on. But if you check that list, most of those guys are tech entrepreneurs or tech billionaires. So they built some softwares or apps or something like that. Okay, not Elon Musk directly. He has Twitter or X right now, but he didn't make it. But he did build PayPal and things like that. So we can actually do a lot of different cool things with AI. And let's just get started. I'm going to just go in and then come up with an app that we can build. I had an idea, but I don't know how to do that. You are probably familiar with what it's called, proof widgets. All right, like use proof, for example. These are little widgets that show up who purchased a product or who signed up and things like that. So these are some things that show up in the corner of apps like this, and then it kind of shows different information that you want to display. But what if we created a platform that shows these little pop-ups like frequently, every couple of seconds, or however you want to set it up, maybe every minute, but that it's an ad that we control. So we could create these little pop-ups and then put in our own affiliate links, put it on our website, and it would just pop up and like these little logos with a little bit of information of what it is. We can promote external tools, we can promote our own tools, and we create a platform that everybody can register and then use, and then maybe even charge for these micro pop-up ads for others. So let's just try to kind of brainstorm. I didn't plan this out. This is very raw. So I'm just going to do the first MVP iteration of it. So let's just get started. I want to create an app that will be acting like use proof or these proof pop-up widgets, but I want it to be sort of like a pop-up ad instead of a proof widget. So the app would act like a platform where I can control these proof widgets. I can add in my products and my links. Would that be affiliate products? Would that be my own products? But I just wanted to show up at a certain position on the screen, and then when people click on it, they would be redirected over to the link that it's set to. Now, these proof pop-ups need to be nice, and we should have ability to add in a logo or add in some text, and the links should redirect over to the website and things like that. Please, let's brainstorm this and let's create this app. I don't know. I was just talking nonsense, but I pretty much got what I wanted. I didn't go into details, but we'll need a database for this, and then we can maybe select this modern linear. I like that the most, and then let's just start. I'm not on a paid plan. As you can see, I have 5 messages remaining, but let's just see what we can get out of it. It's a good idea. I think it could help a lot of people. We're creating our own pop-up ad platform that we can then give access to others as well, and then maybe even sell it on monthly plans or something like that. So let's see what we get. But what I could do is, now while we're waiting, I could go out there and then open up bold.new and then try it there as well. Let's test it out, and I will open up another one, maybe Lovable, and then test it out as well. The same prompt, and let's see what others create. All right. Lovely. So I like Trickle the most because it handles a lot of different things in one go. Like, it tries to do a full work at once. Many of these get stuck very often. Hopefully they won't this time, but if they do, I mean, we're kind of planning for it, so we'll know about it. All right, let's see what we get. All right, Lovable is done with the first version. Lovable does not do a lot of things at the same time, and here we got a problem. I will just click attempt fix. Or no, sorry, this was Bolt. Bolt very frequently gives us issues even before the first preview is up, so that's fine. All right, this is a very bad implementation. New customer special. There you go. I mean, we got the pop-up, which works, and that's all we needed. Limited time offer, special discount ending. This is great. I actually like what it did. Let's see what the others did. Oh, this Lovable gave us a cool editor that we can edit the widget, and then we would get the widget over here. That's cool. Let's see what Trickle did. Trickle did a little bit more. So it did an ad product, decide where to go. All right, let's just do this. So I'll just say Micro SaaS system membership, product description, learn how to create apps with natural without knowing code without being techie. Let's just say without being techie. All right, logo URL. I don't have a logo at this moment. For a target URL, okay, I'm going to send them to my membership link. And then bottom right is fine. Okay, we need a logo URL. So I'm just going to get that from my membership. All right, now we added a product. We have it here. And I mean, this is great. This looks great. We got the edit functionality. We got a delete functionality. I'm not going to click it, but this is how it would look like. So as you can see, the difference between the quality of how different apps handle some of these tasks. And I used only one prompt for Trickle, and it did a much better job. It actually didn't do the help button, but it did a much better job because it gives us a preview, edit option, delete option. Both gave us this kind of preview, but it's not an app. And then Lovable, it actually, let's just fill it up as well. I'm going to use the same thing. Product name, description, link URL. I'm going to do the same. And then position over here. Okay, and we got it. It's here. We do not have an edit or delete option and things like that. But now that we have this, I wanted to give me a code that I can put to display this ad and rotate it with different ads that I add in. This is great. Now I want to improve on this. I want you to, for every generated pop-up ad, no, right, I did it wrong. I want you to give me a code that I can copy paste onto my website that will take these pop-ups and then show it on my website in the specified place. But make sure that the code that you create will be able to rotate between all of the ads or all of these pop-ups that I create. I think that's enough. Let's just use this same prompt in Lovable and see what it does. Well, what I need is I need to put these pop-ups onto my website somehow. So I need to get a code that I can paste on my website that will be handling this. So now I'll create an embeddable widget that can be added to any website to display and rotate through the proof pop-ups. Perfect. That's all we want. Yeah, Bolt, I don't even know if we need to continue. Bolt just didn't do a great job. It is a good platform, but in certain cases, it's just not the best. It's good at design. It's very good at designing things. In certain cases, much better than Lovable. But so far, as you can see, the most powerful and the most thorough app that we have is Trickle. All right, to use the widget on your website, host the pop-up widget.js file on your server or CDN. Add this code to your website HTML. All right, the widget features, replace your API endpoint in the widget code with your actual API endpoint. I don't understand this. I don't understand your message. Tell me in simple terms, what should I do? Tell me like I'm 80 years old and not techie. Also, please make the app so that we do not have a lot of tinkering to do in the code, but everything could be done from the front end. All right, let's see what it does. Here, Lovable gave us a script that we could use, which would be great if this works. All right, let's test it out. So for testing, I don't actually go and create a website and things like that. I use JS Fiddle, which is pretty much an embed code preview. So if I put in here some code, I can run it and then see if it works. I can see that it has some errors, so that this one did not work. It might be that we actually need to deploy this. So let's just publish this first, deploy, and then see if that works from the front end. All right, let's test it from here. Yeah, it is still not working. So there is something that we still need to do in order to make this work. I'm just going to try add this to Lovable and so that it fixes it. But that's a very good 2-prompt app that we created. Now we can improve on that. We can go into more details and things like that. Now Trickle got into an issue with this. As you can see, it tried to do something, but it did not work out. So it got one error and it can fix it. So let's just click the fix button. All right, so it will give us a get website code with a copy so that we can paste that on our website, which is what we wanted. So ads will automatically show up on your website, change between different ads every 10 seconds, send people to your chosen website. That's what we wanted, so that's great. All in all, I think this test was a great way to see which platforms are good for what. I would suggest you to sign up on all of them if you are creating your app, and just from the first prompt, just see which one does the best. In my tests, Trickle and Lovable are at the top of the chain at this moment. I like Trickle more and more. Lovable has a little bit more functionality, but Trickle is getting there very soon. All right, so let's see. Any questions or anything so far that you want me to mention? Let me just come like this. I know that I might be going too fast. Some of you guys have no clue even what you want to create or what this whole community is for. I'm just trying to give you some ideas, some use cases or something so that you have a way to see or maybe come up with with ideas for yourself. Let me know if you have any questions for that. Otherwise, I could actually go on, and I planned to create another app with you guys here live, but it would be a Chrome extension. So, are you interested in maybe creating a Chrome extension? I love the prompt to explain like I'm 80. Tyler, that's actually a very good thing that you mentioned, because I use this very frequently. I have been using explain it to me like I'm a teenager, or explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old, but then it starts to use baby language, and baby language is something that is being used because 5-year-olds don't have a great vocabulary, but 80-year-olds need to have things slowed down and simplified, but they have a good enough vocabulary. So instead of explaining to me like I'm 5, I'm using explain it to me like I'm an 80-year-old, because it's not going to use the baby language. So good that you saw that. Are fixes free in Trickle? I think so. At this moment, I have clicked on the fix button 3 times and I still have 2 messages. So which is great. Sure. All right. Lovely. Let's see. Okay, I think I answered all of the questions. So I was thinking to create a quick, what's it called? A Chrome extension. I actually did that in 2 minutes or 5 minutes, let's just say 5 minutes before coming onto this live. I created a Chrome extension, and I will show you how it works. So the Chrome extension is this confetti blaster. I actually created this one myself as well, and I think 2 others, but I will turn it on, confetti blaster. I created this in 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. The more time I spent on finding the icon for it than on the actual app itself. So confetti blaster, when you turn it on, you have it here. And then you go to any website like google.com, and it acts or it pretty much it should trigger confetti. Not sure why it doesn't work right now. It should trigger confetti when we click a button. Here we go. So it just needed to activate. So that's the Chrome extension. It's silly, but it was created literally within 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. And I want to show you how to create this. It's not the most useful app, but if you know how to think about the Chrome extension, then you will be able to build many very fast. So let me just turn this off so that it is not in our way, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The journal we talked about does not have to be a Google extension. Yet it does not, but this might be a good way for you to understand how to actually go out and create what you want, Tyler. So let's just start. So what I used for this one is Windsurf, and this is the first time I will be demoing or using in live environment for you guys an IDE. IDE is pretty much a code development software, which can be a little bit confusing if you're looking at this, but we're not using any of this stuff. So we will close all of these files, and we are using just the part where we can chat with AI. So in order to get to this app, you can use Windsurf, Surf AI. So Windsurf by Codium, you can just download it for your device. It is going to be an app that is, or a software that you download to your computer. And then it's an agent that kind of thinks through the code, understands the files, understands your project and things like that. I will be talking about this more and more because a lot of apps that need installing in some sort of a way, like a mobile app, a Chrome extension, or like a software app like for Windows or Mac and things like that, they need to be written in code with multiple files. Platforms like Lovable, Trickle, and Bolt and the others are great, but they are for web apps only. So they can only create web apps that are in the browser environment. So for everything else, we use these IDE code editors. And what I prefer is Windsurf. So you can download it from here. They have a pretty generous free plan as well. You get 50 premium user prompts, 200 premium flows, whatever that means. But I'm using the Pro plan, which gives me a little bit more, but it's more than enough for what I'm using it right now. So head over to Codium Windsurf and download it. If you are following me step by step, we're going to be using this more and more. But at this moment, I just wanted to show you how to create a Chrome extension with just your words. So when we open up Windsurf, this is how it's going to look like. And then what we need to do is create a folder. So a folder on our desktop. So I'm going to click Open Folder. And I don't have a folder that I want to use, so I will create a new folder here, and I'm going to say confetti cannon. Let's just call it confetti cannon demo. All right. I'm going to select this new folder that I created, and I'm just going to select it. Now this means that everything that we create, any of the code, is going to go into that folder in our computer. So now what we do is we pretty much come over here and we chat to this little box over here, and we just need to say what we want. So let me just do that. I want to create a little Chrome extension that you can turn on and off. And when you turn it on every click with your cursor, it's going to blast, or it will fire confettis. It should be very simple, very minimal, but it should trigger confettis whenever a cursor is clicked. All right, that's it. That's as simple as that. So because we said we want to build a Chrome extension, it knows what files to do. So it's not going to build the files that is for a full-on web app. It's just going to use the files that is required for a Chrome extension. Now, it created the manifest JSON, which is one of the files. It created another file, and as it creates it, you can see them here. So it's pretty much coding the files that we need for this Chrome extension. We don't need to do anything with these over here. It's just going to create all of the files, and then let us know what we need to do. But I know the next step, what we need to do is to create the images. So we need to figure out what icon we want to use. And this is why I said finding the icon was the hardest part. So what I do is I go to flaticon.com. I type in confetti. And from here, I just take one of these, maybe let's just use this one, right? And I download it in the highest and the biggest version possible. You can use any other, like up to your preference, what you use. Now that I have this, I'm going to open up Figma. I just got used to Figma so much, and it's a free tool. It's going to allow us to modify our image, modify our logo very quickly, and export it in many different ways and things like that. If you're not familiar with Figma, it's kind of like an image editor that designers use for a lot of different things. I'm just going to type in implementation. All right, it is asking us some questions. I don't want to do this. Yes, many times. And I'm going to go with the free option. In here, I just want to design with Figma. And in here, it drops us into the designer. You can do all sorts of different things, but we don't care about any of this stuff. So I just delete everything. And what I want here is I want to add in the image that we had. And now we can see that this is 512 by 512. What we need is logos or these icons in smaller versions. So over here we got where was it? The actual dimensions, which is, let's see here. So we need a 128 by 128 icon, and we need to call it this, right? So 128, so icon 128, icon 48, and icon 16. I'm going to show you how easy this is. So what we need is 128. Type it here in the dimensions. And then once we are done with that, we click 128, we click enter, and it resizes it automatically. So now we can see that this is 128 by 128. If I go here to export, I don't know if I can zoom in so that you can see, but here there is an export button. I'm just going to click export confetti, and now I have it here. It didn't put it in the right file or the folder, so we need to manually do that. So I'm just going to copy it from here and put it in the dev projects, confetti extension. No, we called it something, confetti canon demo. And then here in the images file, we need to put it in here, and then just make sure that we call it icon. What was it called? Icon 128.png. 128.png. All right, so this is the first file. We just need to do that 2 more times. So it's very simple. We just go in here, we rename it. You can see the dimensions over here, and also here, once it is done, it's going to tell you the add icon images to the images folder, 48 by 48, 128 by 128, and 16 by 16. So we just need a 48 dimension, export, and we're going to do that one more time with 16 by 16, export, and then we have all the files. We just move them into our folder where we need them. Here, oh, these are the 2. Okay, we move them in here. We rename them. So this is icon 48, and this is icon 16. And that's it. So now let's make sure that everything is finished. There is nothing else here. Click accept all. That's it. Now our Chrome extension is done. we need to do now, we need to just load it in now into the system. So if you go into your browser, you click on these extensions and then manage extensions. In here, you need to toggle this on, this little toggle in the upper right hand side corner for developer mode. And then this will allow you to load an unpacked folder or file. Here you just select the folder and select a folder here, and it's going to load it in here. As you can see now, we have confetti click. We turn it on and it's going to show up here, confetti click. We can pin it to our dashboard or pin it to our browser. So I have it pinned down here. If I move over to maybe Google or something and we turn this on, it is actually working now. So as you can see, you prompt the actual platform what you want to do. In this case, it was windsurf. You told it what you want to do, and then in the meantime, you just found the icons. You loaded the icons and it was done. Now, what we could do more is we can say, I want you to add a little menu bar that will allow us to select the confetti colors and also the amount of confetti to trigger, and maybe even on every X click to trigger the confetti. All right, let's do some improvements. I want to show you how to do improvements, and hopefully we will get an error because I want to show you how to fix the errors with extensions. But so far, what do you think about creating Chrome extensions? Is it hard? Is it complex at this moment for you? What we did is we opened up Windsurf, we instructed it what to do, and in the meantime, we found an icon, we resized it, and then saved it into the images folder over here. All right, I'm just reading the comments just to see if I missed anything. All right, lovely. So it is now creating this app. We have to have a little bit more files now because we are going to show up a menu. So when we click the actual Chrome extension, I want it to show a little menu so that we can manage some of these options. Can you show us again how to add prompt using voice? Yes, so this is something that I'm doing with my own computer, so it's not a browser functionality or something, but every Windows computer has this, it's called a dictate or speech to text functionality. I'm going to show you in a moment. All right, so now we did an update to these files over here, but as we know, Chrome is taking those files from here, the extensions. What we need to do is just click this refresh button, this reload button. That means that it's going to take in the new updated files from the folder and just upload them into the Chrome extension. So let's open this up and see. So now we have a menu that we can actually use to select different settings for our confetti. We can enable it here. We can enable it. And then let's see if it works actually. All right, it works. If I change the color to purple, all right, that doesn't work. Let's just see particle count. Oh, we need to save. So purple. Oh, so it allows us to select what colors we want. So let's just do purple and then let's click save settings. And let's see. Okay, so it did what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to actually get into an issue because errors you can see in two ways. The best way to see is in the extension tabs. You can see errors here, and then what we need to do is just copy this. So copy the error that it shows, and we just bring it back to Windsurf and say that we got this error. All right. And it's going to start working on it. It says this error occurs because we haven't created the icon files yet. Let me say, okay, I actually did create the icon files, but that's fine. Oh, the active and the inactive. All right. Now let's install the required packages to convert these SVGs to PNGs. All right, let's do what it wants. I did add some icons. I don't know what it wants. Maybe specific active and inactive options. It's now doing something. I don't know what. It created some SVG icons. It needs to convert them into PNG for some reason. Not sure why. All right. Let's just go through this. But yeah, pretty much this is how you fix errors. You just copy the error that you got and you paste it into the app, and it's going to create what you need. The other way to find the errors is over here. I'm going to show you. When we are on a website, we right click and we go to inspect. In the inspect, we have a console. And in the console, we get some of these errors. Like for example, if I toggle this on and save setting, and if I click, it might give me some errors over here that it in this current state it doesn't, but it might give me some errors over here that we need to work on as well. Let's see if it is done with everything. All right, I created the necessary icons, created this. All right, now we will reload the extension. Just click on this reload button and let's test it out. So we have a new icon now. I have enabled it. It still didn't take in my okay, I think we got this. Let's clear and test it again. I'm testing just to see the save settings, and I got errors, and this is the error. So there is an issue with the pop-up. All right, so this is how we actually test and fix the Chrome extension and then make sure that it actually works. So let's see, pretty simple. Yeah, Nancy's saying pretty simple. Yeah, definitely. So you could do more complex Chrome extensions, and I'm going to actually do a full mini workshop on this one, on how to create a full useful Chrome extension. But at this moment, I just wanted to kind of give you a sneak peek of how I create Chrome extensions. So far, I built 3. 2 of them were very good. The third one, I kind of got frustrated and left because it didn't know how to, or I didn't know how to fix some of the errors. But another one that I created was this, which is AI to text, text to image generator, which if I turn on, I can select any text on the page. Let's see, maybe here, and then this image generator would allow me to, okay, let's turn this off. Yeah, that doesn't work. Let's toggle this off. It would allow me to select text, and it would allow me to generate an image based on a selected text. So at this moment, I do not have an API set up, but it works well. I created this because I have some blogs or websites where I want to kind of add in more images, something with AI. So I select the text or the part of the blog post that needs an image. I select it, create magic. It gives me an image, and I can upload it into the article. All right, so that's pretty much it, what I had planned for today. I will still explain the issue, or not the issue, but the functionality of prompt using voice. So this is available in every computer. If you're using Mac, if you're using Windows, if you're using anything. In Windows, currently, the Windows button, Windows plus H. All right, and that's the dictation. So Windows plus H is the dictation logo, so that you can start talking. And how it looks like is this. It looks like this. So pretty much you get this little pop-up, and you need to make sure that you clicked somewhere where you can type. In that case, it's going to start typing out the text. All right. If you clicked on after, it's going to show the text that you talked about at the end. But if you click on the field first and then start talking, then you're going to see the text streaming, or pretty much showing up as you're talking. So that's on Windows. And on Mac, I don't even know. I don't have Mac, or I don't use Mac, but there is a dictate shortcut Mac. It's going to be something that you need to enable. So you go into, I don't even know where you need to go, but there's different versions. And then you need to just do the Mac menu, system settings, keyboard, and then you will see the dictation. Dictation must be enabled, and you will have also this option with your Mac if you're using it. You'll have a microphone key, button or something that you can click. I don't even know, but yeah. So this is an inbuilt functionality into most devices right now. If you're doing this from a mobile phone, you most probably have on your keyboard a little microphone icon that you can talk into as well. So that works also. All right. Thank you. My pleasure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. I planned to have a little bit more people from what I gathered in terms of people that raise their hands that they want to show up. I wanted to do more in terms of live demos for you guys. So if you're not here live, but you're watching this replay, make sure you show up next time when we're doing this, and make sure you post your idea or feedback, because if it is something that I could do within a shorter period of time, I will actually do it here, and maybe even share the files that I created with the members in the group. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had an interesting time and you learned something new, and then see you on the next one. That's it for now. So thank you one more time.